All right, the Tascam Model 24. Let's get right into it. We get this thing fired up, put an SD card in it, and get rolling. Here we go. All right, so now we're going to put the card in the slot with the machine off and close the door. And then next we'll turn the machine on. All right, so now we're going to turn the machine on. And the first thing you're going to see is that basically the card needs to be formatted. No system file. Just hit enter on the jog wheel and it does it very quickly on a blank card. It's already formatted. So now I'm going to go into menu and you'll see there's no song. So let's go ahead back into menu, go to song, enter on the jog wheel, new song, and now you can adjust your bit rate. You can go all the way up to 48, 24. I'm going to go back down to 44.116. And now name the song. And so now you just use the little multi-jog wheel there and go through your letters and then forward with the arrows and name the song. I'm just going to call this one Song because that's very creative. And I'll do it because we want something on the name there. Okay, so now hit OK. It likes that you named it and it likes that your bit rate's good. Hit it OK again and now it'll spin around and create your song. So now you just exit and hit home, and there we are on song 1. Ready to go. All right, so we got the board set up for a live mix, let's say. We've made our song there, and we're going to treat this thing just like we would any other mixer. Like I said, this could be just like a Mackie or a PV or a Behringer or whatever you got, and it's super simple. All right, so I want to get sound out of my board. Well, okay, I'm going to set my main bus to Unity, and let's work on vocal mic 1. I'm going to go ahead and set it up to Unity. Sorry about the crazy camera. And run up here to, that's one thing you got to pay attention to is your selector switch. Your selector switch has to be set to live if you want to hear something that you're recording live. Makes sense, right? I got low cut on because that's what I would do to a vocal mic. And then I'm just going to adjust my my gain on my mic until I've got my, you can see I'm getting signal there, and I'm going to check my meters, and let's check this mic. Let me get you set up over here, and there's the VUs, and I'll talk into this microphone I got set up over here, and that's pretty much good right there. So I'm just about where I want to be. And if you also, when you get into the digital part of it, on your little screen here, you can also, I'm getting away from that mic, so ignore those meters now. You can go into meters, and you can actually check little sections, so you can check like 8 channels at a time. So I'm on 9, so let's go to 9 to 16, and there's that mic. We'll go back over to it, and there, and you can see that line, that straight line is a representation of Unity, and I'm going, you know, right about to 6 or whatever. I'm going up into 10 and 12 if I'm getting loud, but you get the point. It's set up just like a regular mixer. You don't really have to even mess with this at all. You could just tell somebody, you can ignore that if you're not recording. Just use this as a regular 16 channel, I mean 16, you know, XLR input board, or up to 22 quarter-inch ins, line ins. So, you know, I mean, and there's all the usual stuff, like you get on a channel strip here, and you do have your, you know, your low cut, and you do have compression. So, like if I wanted to throw some compression on this microphone, I could do that. You know, if this guy's getting loud and then quiet, and bang, you know, who knows what he's doing. Bad mic technique, or if you've got, you know, some of your drums down here you might want to do it on. So there's certain things you'll want to maybe use some compression on. And again, this is a 6-to-1 compressor. It's set. I'll get into that more later maybe. Compression's a whole nother, you know, discussion. And then you've got EQ with high, low, and a sweepable mid. And you've got 2 monitor outs. And you got your built-in effects, so you can throw some effects on there, and they're decent effects. Pan. This is the record button. If you're going to arm, just like a lot of digital recorders, you're going to arm each of these. Probably just, you know, turn them all on. You know, just do the old, you know, dealy like that, and turn them off. And then you got down here, you can go into the main bus, which it's in, obviously, or you can go in subs, like over here. I've got all the drums into the sub bus, just like any other mixer. I hit all these subs, and once I got my drums, once I really, you know, I got like the Glyn Johns thing going here with the kick, snare, overhead 1, overhead 2.
And once they're adjusted to where they'll be, because like, you know, once you get your level straight, you're not going to leave them at unity gain. You're going to want maybe to kick up a little, you know, the hi-hats are a little harsh sounding in the mix, but you got good level, because you want good levels always, obviously, because later on, you're probably going to want to take this thing and put it in a DAW possibly, or just remix it, because the room is going to sound different than, you know, what your representation is in your recording later on, so you're going to change it. But anyways, so you got levels, but you've moved this around. Now the drums are sounding good, and I'm over here on the subgroup, and now I can just, you know, adjust the drums as the drummer gets super excited or does a solo, or he gets a little tired during the night. I can boost them up and down and move the whole drum kit. So it's got one subgroup. I mean, you know, they only could put so much horsepower in this thing. And then you got two monitors, so you can have two different separate monitor mixes for, you know, if you've got a singer and then the rest of the band, they want different mixes or whatever. So it's fairly versatile. I mean, you know, it's not over the moon as far as what's on the thing, as far as a board, but it's certainly competent. I've worked with much lesser boards and gotten great sound. So, and I've used this and it's solid and it puts out really good sound. It sounds great. And, you know, part of that depends on your amps and your speakers too. You know, if you got crap going into crap, then obviously it's going to sound like crap. But so I just wanted to show you that right now at this point, you could take any person that knows how to do sound somewhat, just put it in front of this board and then get you up and running in a couple minutes. I did mention that it has some onboard effects there, and it does have this 7-band graphic EQ if you want. I have actually used that in a room just to tweak a couple little things and make the room sound a little better, and it works fine. I mean, it's a 7-band graphic EQ. I mean, obviously you're not going to be, you know, ringing out monitors. You should have that in your rack anyways. But you know, it's got phantom power, which I'm running right now. I'm running this. What am I running here? A Rode NT1 or whatever that thing's called. So that's just for this demonstration. And then I'm going into a, what is this, Z? Yeah, the Z10. What's that British brand? I can't remember the name of the thing. Allen and Heath. And then I'm going into, with one of those little dongly things, into an iPad Pro, and I'm recording this on Hokusai, and it works real good. So then I'll just slap the audio onto the video. I'm just using an iPhone right now on a gimbal. Sorry about all the craziness. But anyways, there you go. So that's just, you know, it's as easy as it gets. So see you guys.